What's up, people? This is SiTHFuRioN. Right now we're going to be jumping into episode 6 of series 7 of Sons of Anarchy. Quick recap, and I mean it, I'm going to try and keep this one quick because I want to get loads of filming in today. So last time Jax came this close to fucking killing Lynn, but the royal police turned up and I guess they arrested Lynn and like the rest of his crew. So I don't know if there's going to be like some repercussions from that now that like Lynn knows the whole truth of why Jax has turned on him and everything. Gemma took Juice out of Charmin. I guess it kind of looked like she was actually going to try and kill him. Going to try and set him up, kill him and everything, but she slipped up talking about Nero, and Juice was like, there's no way he would help me. And he's already like paranoid and unhinged and everything, so he just, man, I don't think he's going to kill her. I really don't think he's going to kill her, but it ended with him pointing a gun at her, so man, okay, we're gonna get into this. If you are interested in watching the next 2 episodes, they should be up on my Patreon right now. Links should be down below. I'll pin them in the comment section, and also the full lengths. Hopefully by the time you watch this on YouTube, I should have all the season filmed. I'm gonna try and burn through it over the next few days, fingers crossed. If not, you can actually tell where I am by the full lengths that are on my Patreon, so links are all down below. But episode 6, series 7, told you he was going to be quick. Let's do this, man. Has he made a walk all the way back? In fucking high heels as well.
Boys. Here we go. Sorry, ladies. We made it right.
How? Lynn's still alive, his crew is still out there, like... I mean, granted, they've all been arrested and stuff. That doesn't mean that, you know, shit still can't hit the fan.
You know, I know how rough it's been between the two of you. All the shit that's gone down. This is Jax. He doesn't have an outer crust like most of us. That shit just boils in his gut since he was a kid.
Yeah, I know. I never really knew what he was feeling until, you know, blew up in my face.
It's his heart that drives him. He does want the best for both his families, though. You still love him.
I do.
He sees it. It's not lost.
Despite everything, it's crazy, like when you really think about it. But it's love, isn't it? You can't control it. Like,
what are we gonna do here, Manu?
Clean it up. Hire new girls.
You really think people are gonna want to come back here?
Oh, come on, guys, loud pussy, bro. I mean, we could have left the bodies on the floor, they'd still come back.
To some.
fucking hell.
I'm gonna call Lila, have her bring some of the girls over here to collect what's still in one piece.
Bobby's ordered some new carpets. I was thinking we get some of the hangings to come in, get some paint, fix the walls.
Yeah.
Like, surely there ain't like some like heavy duty cleaning crews that you can hire to come out, and because you don't really want to get the girls come over to help clean up the blood. You know what I mean?
I know how much of this has landed on you and how hard it's been.
Yeah.
We got you back, brother. For real. Who knows? Maybe calling you stepdaddy soon.
Yeah, and we all know how well that worked out in the past.
We're a fun family.
I hope nothing happens to Nero this season, you know, because he's a good guy. Like he should make it to the end. But with it being like the final season, like I've said before, it's like gloves are off. Anything can happen. Like.
Anything else? Hey, can I get a pack of D's too? Yellow?
The fuck? Is he killed him? He just whipped him like, wow. He really fucked him up. And there were witnesses as well. His juice is going to become an issue. I keep saying it, but it's getting to the point now where it's like there's really no other choice. Like he has to be took out now, you know. From Gemma's side, how like he's going to be a problem for Gemma, you know, if Jax gets hold of him and Juice starts talking. But then at the same time, this could also come, Juice's actions could fall back onto the club in some way, you know.
I got guns and manpower.
That's a plan. I'll track down Dulane, but you gotta take it from there.
We will.
He ain't much of a leader, is he? He's got like his own crew and everything. It seems a bit weak to me. Like either it's bad casting or it's just written to be like he's just a weak link.
You're looking at my whole table here, man. We lose another guy with just a few black guys on bikes.
Let me ask you something. Who in your crew could cut it? The full OMC.
What do you mean?
You get patched over.
What? You talk about the Suns? Well, that's the last time I checked, brother, with a wrong shade of white.
Just answer the question.
Really?
Are you serious about this?
One miracle at a time.
Wow, okay.
First, we gotta shut down August Marks.
Or was this a part of a bigger plan for Jax?
Thanks for yesterday.
For the sex or the heads up?
For the heads up. You should be thanking me for the sex.
Oh, hey, I hear the DA's getting pressure to offer Lynn a deal. Get him to flip.
On the triads?
It's got to be local. Call came from the Oakland City Council.
Shit.
Wow.
You think they're trying to get Lynn to give up the MC?
See, like I said, just because he's like been arrested and shit, that doesn't mean it's over. It's like obviously Lynn must still have connections that never got arrested. You know what I mean? There's still people out on the street. Plus now if like the DA are trying to work a deal with him, it's...
Never said much about how he felt. But I could tell. Wasn't just a teenage crush, or he loved you so much. I've never
Is she
changed.
talking to Tara again then?
Excuse me, ma'am, you can't smoke in here.
Ooh, that was nice, that was. The little zoom on it, and then it stopped when she walked into the shot. Well, it wasn't really like a zoom, it was more like a weird focus, I think. They basically like affected like the depth of field. What's he doing?
Does Jerry know who?
No, just that the pressure's coming from Oakland City Council. Gotta be August. You really think Lynn would turn?
He's got access to Pope's weight. I mean, he's got to prove himself, but...
How do we stop that shit from happening?
By showing the upstanding suits that August Marks is just a greedy thug in Pope's clothing.
Like the one in the orange, I recognise him, but I can't put my finger on where.
Why don't you ask the ladies to step out?
Like you would think that they would be out of there, like after what happened last time. Some guys came into the club.
Lynn killed Teller's wife. Gemma saw the Chinese leaving Jax's house that night.
Convenient, your bitch is the only witness, huh?
You should tell your junkyard dog. He makes another comment like that, I'm gonna cut him a new smile.
And strangely enough, he's the only one who's actually made like a proper comment. Like a legit comment. Like it's weird how she's the only one who saw it.
You're coming with us, huh? You drive him, huh?
Where?
To my office. Hey, don't make this harder than it already is, huh? Let's go.
What was I saying earlier? I don't want anything to happen to Nero.
Maybe you plan a little payback ambush?
Maybe I'm just a white guy who's not living in 1956. I'm gonna talk to Tully.
Do that.
That guy literally looks like he's got no jaw. Have you noticed that?
I hate these Nazi pigs.
It's just a friendly little fight. What's the matter? What, you afraid to put down the gun, bitch?
You gotta have some balls to call somebody a bitch who's got a shotgun pointed at you. Jesus. Good God.
My son lost his wife recently. We were close.
I'm sorry. How'd she die?
It was my fault.
I didn't mean to pry.
It's done now. Can't stop it.
Can't stop what?
It's just life, right?
It's my Honda over there. Keys are on the tire. You wanna lay down in the back seat and get some rest?
Appreciate that, sweetheart. My ride will be here soon. Yeah, you're a good girl. I saw that right away. Your kid's lucky.
I don't really see where it's all going with this waitress, but I think it's kind of showing Gemma that like there's more than that toxic life in Charming, or maybe kind of seeing how far she's come, maybe, or something, you know. Maybe Gemma might have a bit more of a different outlook when she gets back into Charming because of interacting with this girl. I don't know.
He's here.
Oh shit.
My club wants me dead. I need to get to Mexico. Safe passage, full ID.
What makes you think I'd help you?
Give you any intel you want on Sam Crow.
You should follow us.
I don't think so.
We got someone you've been looking for. Ortiz.
Oh shit.
What do you want with Juice?
I don't want anything. He came to us. Only one of my guys here. Good faith.
Oh shit. Are they gonna hand him over? Try and work some deal or something? Like, oh shit, Juice.
Now tell me what really happened, Jim.
I told you.
Juice was unraveled, but you were the only lifeline he had. What happened? I mean, if you ratted him out, Jackson would find out you helped him.
It don't matter why. He couldn't pull the trigger.
This time.
She should have brought up the whole thing with Nero and how he started panicking and...
Henry Lynn was arrested on drug charges last night. DA knows he's been warring with the MC. This is how we tie him to Tara's murder. You just gotta tell the sheriff what you saw at Jack's house that night.
I'm not talking to the cops.
You tell Jerry, or I do.
What the hell are you doing, Wayne?
The right thing. For a change.
I said it the other episode, isn't it? Like, after all the shit that he's done over the years, he wants to do the right thing. And because he was so close to Tara as well, it's like he really wants to do the right thing, even if it's the last thing he does. You know what I mean?
When's he gonna be back?
Also had to take it to his table. You remember how that works, don't you?
They're going to hand him over, innit? Because even though he's turned to them for help, they'll just look at it like, well, what if you was one of our, like, fucking members and we wanted you dead? You know what I mean? We would expect Sam Crow to hand that member over back to us.
What the hell is this?
You know what I mean?
Relax. They're just some old friends.
It's like club loyalty shit, you know what I mean?
How'd he get here?
Showed up at the store, wanting to trade club secrets for a one-way ticket to Puerto Vallarta.
What do you want?
But of course they're going to want something in return. You know what I mean? Business and shit, but I literally look at it like the mines have their own rules, their own things. It's like we're two different clubs, but yet we follow the same type of code, you know what I mean?
Now we know you've been chopping him down. We know why. We knew nothing about him going after your old lady.
I believe that. So what happens now, Marcus?
I want the gun business.
That's Irish business.
With Osso's charter in place, we can offer you everything Black does.
I mean, it would make sense if Jax is going to take down Marcus now. Marks.
If I were to do that, I'd need more than just juice. I need you to give the AB a piece of the prison trade. Takes care of a debt to Tully. Let him distribute in Stockton. The Niners are breaking away from Pope's debt. Tyler's on board to take down Marks. You split Lynn's heroin turf with Tyler, 50-50. That's gonna triple any hit you take from the AB.
How do we handle Marks?
You take him out. Together.
Yep.
When that's done, I'll do the dance for the Irish Kings. Be the white face on the brown machine.
All right. Talk to Tully. Take it to your table. We'll do the same. If it works out, we got a deal.
It makes sense. On the surface, it makes sense. It's good business.
And you get your trader back.
But after all the years, like, can the mines really trust Sam Crow? After all the bullshit? It's like he just said, you'll get your fucking betrayal back. You know what I mean?
Take that cut off him.
At the end of the day, Juice has betrayed his club that he was meant to be loyal to. And the Mayans, being the president, he can look at it in the same type of way. You know what I mean? The same way. You are not loyal to your club. And why the fuck should I be like, show you any kind of respect? Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Shit I told you that night about Darvany? I betrayed my club.
So what are you doing in a Mayan closet?
Tried to buy a ride to the border.
That didn't go as planned, huh?
Why the hell are you here?
I helped Jax bring down Lynn.
For killing Tara. Does Gemma know about that?
I'm not sure. Why? What's Gemma got to do with Tara?
Doesn't matter.
Still protecting her, despite everything.
I just sat down with Marcus Alvarez. We settled our differences. He's agreed to give you the H trade in Stockton.
You bring a sample of the H to Leland. If he's cool with it, I'll make it work.
I'm gonna want something in return. Len will most likely start his sentence here, parole violations. I'm gonna need access to him. I'm not asking you to take him out, just to facilitate.
Why don't we burn that cross when we get to it?
All right.
Listen, Leland has a problem with your love of all things dark. If we want this relationship to move forward, we're gonna have to convince him that he can trust you.
And how do I do that?
You're a bright white boy. Figure it out.
And so the plot thickens.
I'm sorry I had to go down like this, huh?
Me too. That Gemma's right?
Not anymore.
That's what you showed up in.
What's gonna happen with him, man?
That's Teller's goal.
I bet he wishes he could go back in that closet and ask him, what, how did you get Gemma's fucking car? You know what I mean? The fuck's going on? Shit. And they set up a trap. Because if they really wanted to kill, they would have opened fire a bit more than just that.
You delaying?
Yeah. Nice Impala.
Wow. You know the rest of them are fucked. Jesus.
This is so you know we can be trusted.
Holy shit. Who are they?
Really? Does it matter? They were black, now they're dead.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll let Tully know.
I think we scared them.
Another victory for race relations.
We're running out of room at Sugar Woods.
I'm not going to the woods.
What? So what the fuck's he gonna do with a van load of dead bodies?
Oh, I just spent me some quality time bonding with Juice.
Where?
In a Mayan closet. This whole thing with Lynn, I'm with Jax on it.
Where's Juice now?
Wherever Jax is.
Ooh.
Part of that MC truce was handing over the traitor.
Oh, she looks so fucking scared.
You were helping him.
Oh, no. If he tells Jax what he knows,
fuck. She would have lost her son forever. Like, fuck, man. I can't see Jax like actually really hurting her. That's his mum. You know what I mean? Just, but she looks so fucking scared.
What's going on?
I have to tell you what happened.
With the shooting?
And who was there?
So a renewed friendship, huh?
Way it should be.
See, we're coming close to the end of the episode now. I think it will end with them handing over fucking Juice. Pope, right? They've dumped the bodies on Pope's fucking property. Oh shit.
Just for the record, even if we couldn't make a deal, I would have never made one with the rat.
No matter what club you're a part of, each club follows the same fucking rules. And it's kind of stupid of Juice to even think different, you know? Think that he could even trust the minds, like... Ah! I knew how it was going to end. Oh my god. Bit weird for the a episode to end without no music montage, you know what I mean? Or start with one. But I really want to jump into the next episode, man. See what's going to happen. Like, just... Technically, we're not even halfway through the season yet, so there's still a shit ton of stuff that could happen. And I literally have no idea what could happen if Juice actually does talk. He might actually keep his mouth shut, because here, like, everyone kind of looking at him like he's a snake. He betrayed the club. He's not loyal, but yet he could die staying loyal to Gemma. Maybe that's it. I don't know, man. Like, if he does actually talk, then what does that mean for Gemma? Like, is Jax gonna... Like I said, that's his own mom. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot see Jax killing his own mother. You know what I mean? But I could see it kind of breaking him. You know, to the point, like, I'm just done with this fucking life. I am done with it. To the point where he cuts his mom off. And then he wraps up, like, the last few episodes is him wrapping up his exit from the club and him taking the boys away, what was Tara's plan from the get-go. You know what I mean? I can see Jack saying, you know what, fuck it. and like letting the Mayans take the IRA gun trade and let them deal with that, and let everyone else go off and do their own thing. But first and foremost, make sure Sons of Anarchy, Sam Crow are in good standing order, and the club is out of guns and drugs, and the club is on the path that John Tedder wanted it to be on. You know what I mean? And Jax will take the boys and go. You know, and take the boys away from this life and give them a life that Tara wanted. You know what I mean? I could see that with Wendy, like him and Wendy going. You know, they kind of like foreshadow the whole thing with Wendy saying that she still loves Jax. And with her being Abel's mom, I can see him, her, and the boys just splitting at the end of the episode. Because like I said, we're kind of just around like the halfway point. Where we're coming up to the halfway point because there's 12 or 13 episodes. Is it 13? So we're kind of hitting that halfway point. And I think like the next, well, like the last chunk of this season will be Jax trying to cut ties and taking the kids away from Charming and from Gemma, because that would be a fate worse than death for Gemma. You know, for her boys to be took away from her. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's how Jax will punish her. Because I can't see Jax killing his own mom. Like, you know, I could not like Clay. Look, like Clay was different, but Clay was just a giant shitstorm. And yes, you could say Gemma is a shitstorm as well, but that's still his mom. That's his mom. You know what I mean? But I think a fate worse than death is to let her grow old and charming without her son and without her grandsons. Absolutely mental, man. So where do we go from here now then? With everything else, it looks like relations with the Mayans is all good at the moment. Because like we've seen it from season 1, it's like things go good, they're doing business, and then all of a sudden there's some type of betrayal, there's some bullshit. And granted, a lot of that was because of Clay, but it kind of goes back to what I've said before. It's like Jax is willing to play ball and be friendly with anyone who can help him achieve his goals. You know what I mean? It's why I like genuinely get a bit worried. Like every time he befriends someone, it's like, is he genuinely offering his hand in friendship, or like we can do business together, or is it a case of I can use you as a stepping stone to my own plan? You know what I mean? Like, I'm worried about Nero. I don't want Nero to die in this show. He's always been that kind of that positive light, that voice of reason, that good guy that you can depend on. And he's being dragged through the shit, and I don't want him to die. I want him to, if anything, help Jax, Wendy, and the boys get out of Charming. I will not be happy if Nero dies. I think I'll actually be really upset if anyone in Sam Crow dies now. You know what I mean? They've got to like the final season. It's like, no, let's just, you know, because really, like, everyone that's in Sam Crow are like main members now. You know, the only kind of, I guess you could say, new guy is the big tall guy that Bobby brought in. You know, because the other two have been killed off already. You know what I mean? He's the only one. He's the only one like new face or red shirt, you know, that could die. But as far as like Tig and like Chibs and Bobby, like, you know, Rat. God, like imagine if Rat dies, because he's got like a little relationship now with that girl Brooke. They've kind of set that up. God, imagine if something happens where Brooke gets pregnant, and then like 1 or 2 episodes later, Rat dies. Because then you could kind of look at it like, this is another child that's going to grow up without their father because of this life. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone in Sam Crow to die. But yeah, for now, everything with the Mayans looks good. Relations, business, and everything. We'll see how it plays out. But this could be like I've said before, like planting the seeds and setting stuff up for the Mayan show. You know what I mean? How they're going to be running business with the IRA, and ever so often bumping into Sam Crow for help. And that's how you can have cameos, you know what I mean, of like people from Sam Crow popping up into the Mayan show. Like, maybe that's how they do it. If they're smart, that's how I would write it, you know what I mean? Not that I'm smart, but like, you know what I mean? Like, It just makes sense. The kind of plant seeds now, so yeah, I can see that happening. As far as the Niners, they've not really been a issue for a long time if you think about it. Like, I can't think of his name, but the guy who's like leading the Niners at the moment. I was saying earlier how like he seems like a bad leader, like he's weak. If it's bad casting or if it's just the way that the character's kind of written. Like the actor's doing a good job. I just feel like he doesn't say leader to me. You know what I mean? Like, how are you giving orders and telling people to do, you know what I mean, to do shit? The character isn't believable. You know what I mean? You know, there's no like, there's no arrogance to him. You know, there's no like, do as I say or else kind of attitude. Like there's no like taking control. It's all like, well, you do what you need to do. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You got to be a bit more forceful. But that's probably just the way the actor has been told to do it. You know what I mean? To kind of come across as being like a weak link that Jax can use. Because if he was written to be that dominant, cocky, kind of like, well, I run the Niners kind of attitude, and that's just another obstacle that Jax has to overcome and manipulate. You know what I mean? But while he's kind of weak now, it kind of makes sense that Jax don't even have to try to manipulate him and use him as a stepping stone, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But I can definitely see the Niners getting completely like squashed by the end of this this show. Like the Grimbasters, like the whole conversation about patching them over, I think is kind of interesting. It's like they said, it's like they're the wrong shade of white. But could it happen? Like, could Jax kind of put a shift or a change into like the way the club works? Because it's like, look what happened back with Juice when Juice was forced to turn snitch. You know, it was because fucking Eli used the whole "oh wait, your dad's black" thing as fucking leverage, and Jax, Chibs and Bobby, when they were sat around the table talking about it, Jax even said, I think it's time we change the rules or something like that, right? Maybe this could be the start of Sam Crow changing the rules, because if they patch over the Grimbasters and the Grimbasters become a part of Sam Crow, and being that this charter in Charming is like the original, it could spread out and affect every other charter, you know what I mean? So it could happen. It could happen. But I've just got this bad feeling that Jax just might be using them means to an end. It goes back to what I said, like every time he befriends someone, you know what I mean? It's like, is he really genuinely trying to be like, we can work together, or is it, I'm going to shit on you somewhere down the road? I don't know, because like it was said, like when Jax got revenge for Obe on that big guy, Bobby said that like you just shitted on like 20 years worth of like goodwill and friendship with the Grimbasters. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really don't know where this is going to play out. And really there's only like, even though there's only like 6-7 episodes or something, yeah, there's 7 episodes now. That's if there's 13 in total. The amount of shit that has to be crammed into these episodes, man. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to jump into the next one because I really want to see what's going to happen to Juice, if he's going to talk or whatever. But yeah, give this video a thumb up if you like it. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already, man. Alright? I've been SiTHFuRion, and I'll catch you in the next one, man.